There are 3 different ways to play the game. Each offers a unique... The arcade style uses a simple analog stick swing. Additionally, now that you know how to play and your training... So many historic moments have played out before our eyes in major championships, and today 2 of the top players in the world are set to tee off. Rory McIlroy holding a 1-shot lead over Martin Keimer. It's the final round of the U.S. Open Championship at Chambers Bay.
Going into the final round of any golf tournament with a chance to win, especially a major championship, it's a huge buzz. That's the only way I can describe it. It's the best feeling a golfer can have because you're in the mix and you're in with a chance to win one of the biggest tournaments in the world. It's an incredible feeling. It's something that you may only get to experience a handful of times in your life. So, that atmosphere, you want to soak it in as much as you can and really enjoy it.
Rory McIlroy coming off a strong performance yesterday, now making his way to that first tee box and looking to add another major championship trophy to his already growing collection.
And Rich, there's no doubt both golfers will be nervous until they get that very first tee shot under their belt.
The first tee shot is probably the most difficult because you've been thinking about that shot since the night before. Once you get that first shot out of the way, you calm down, you're a little more settled, you're not quite as anxious or nervous, and you sort of get into the rhythm of the round. You want to get off to the best start possible, and obviously that starts with that first tee shot.
Well, here he is, Rory McIlroy, a past U.S. Open champion, about to tee off on what should be an historic day of golf alongside the beautiful Puget Sound. And he's underway. Frank, it looks like a good one.
Yeah, it looked like a free-flowing swing, that's for sure. It certainly betrayed the nervous feeling that we thought he might be feeling on the first tee. And a huge tee shot.
But you've been there, Frank. Nerves are good on the first tee, even for great players.
If you can control them.
Perfect lie here, Frank. What's Rory got?
Well, expect something just slightly right of the flag. You want to avoid the hill and the bunkers on the right. And there's a little bit of a gut or a chasm just over that left side of the green. So left, not a good option.
About 145 yards away. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Looks to be a good one, Frank.
Oh, nestles inside 15 feet, so a birdie chance coming up for Rory.
He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does.
And early advantage, McIlroy.
I think making putts early in a round is very important. It sets the tone for the day and it gives you some positive momentum early. You see the ball go into the hole and it gives you confidence. You face a downhill putt at a US Open with greens that are as tricky as that, it just makes it even more difficult. I feel like you always face important putts no matter when it is, but obviously they're that much more important when it's the final round of a major.
Now over to the second, and McIlroy with a challenging downhill putt. Frank, I know it's early, but if he drops this could really spark some momentum for the round.
But this putt will be very, very quick. And got to be careful because the ball can quite easily take off once it gets past the hole.
Not that time, but not for lack of effort. So he'll have to take care of his business and knock it in for par.
It's still a good start for McIlroy. Birdie par start.
After an impressive drive, Rory just 165 yards out, faced with this uphill approach shot.
He's going to play closer to about 175 yards, though, Rich, because of that uphill. So probably an extra club. But Rory, even though he grew up in Northern Ireland, where it's windy, is a naturally high ball hitter.
Headed for the bunker? Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game. Rich, too much grass between ball and club face.
Paid a price with the tee ball landing in the rough. Bunker shot coming up now for Rory. How's this part of his game, Frank?
It's certainly improved over the last couple of years, and it really has to, because he plays such an aggressive style of play that you have to accept the miss, just like what we saw in that second shot.
Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie.
There's some times when there might be a wait on a tee box, or you've played your shot and you're waiting on your playing partners to hit their shots, and you just look around and you realize where you are, because you don't really you don't appreciate it that much whenever you're playing, and that's not what you're thinking about. You're thinking about trying to win a golf tournament and not really taking in the beauty of your surroundings.
So McIlroy set to tee off here on the long par 3 ninth hole, appropriately named Olympus for its high perch above the course. Just a stunning view.
And Rich, there's a great view from the front of this tee. You can really get a sense of the elevation change. Big drop off, so consequently you're going to hit a club or two less than you normally would for that yardage. And the green, that shapes a little bit to the player's right. So this one is going to have to be all carry. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. He misses the green right here at the ninth. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Safely aboard. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Well, you can see the golfer is just boiling right now after that miss, and a drop shot here at the ninth. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Can't make it, Frank, if you don't hit it.
Hubert Green once said, 99% of putts left short don't go in. I don't know what happened to the other 1%, but... Rich, there's such a variety of short game shots required here at Chambers Bay. Even chipping, nothing's really straightforward. Bunker shots, they vary so much in depth, shallow bunkers to deep bunkers. There's a lot of variety required around the greens here at Chambers Bay. Rich, you get that feeling if there's going to be a moment. I think that moment is now.
Trying to clean this up, make his par. Just a couple of feet. Blemish on the scorecard. A bogey.
Final few holes to play, especially of a major championship like the US Open. You know, it's what you've worked so hard for. It's what, you know, you've put all those hours of practice in for, and you know, this is your moment. This is your moment to see what you've got against the best players in the world and test yourself at the ultimate level. There's obviously a lot of pressure. You know, you don't want to let an opportunity like this pass you by. You don't want to let it slip. So to stay really focused, really concentrated, try to take one shot at a time, try and put the result out of your mind, control what you can control. But saying that, it is difficult with so many things going on around you, whether it be the crowd or it could be the person that you're going up against. You know, there's so many things that you can't control, but you know, the things that you can control, that's what you have to concentrate on, and that's what you have to try and, you know, do to the best of your ability. And if you can do that, that's what gives you the best chance to try and win a huge tournament like the US Open.
Well, you couldn't ask for anything more. We're at the 17th. Tie at tie.